Hey guys, how's it going? It's a short tutorial on how to create a MineCraft Pocket Edition server or Bedrock Edition. So first things first, go ahead and open up your web browser. In Google, type in PocketMine-MP, which is the server software we're going to use to run our server. Go ahead and click on the top link, which should be PocketMine.net. And then click the big green box that says Get PocketMine-MP. So you might want to click on Setup Requirements, make sure your computer meets these requirements. Any modern computer really should. If you're running Linux or Mac OS, you can just run this command in a terminal to install the software, which is super easy. Unfortunately, if you're running Windows like me, you have to do it manually. So let's go through that real quick. So first things first, we're going to want to get PHP for our server. Actually, I think the first thing you should do is create the directory where you're going to put everything. So I've already done that. I created a bedrock folder, which is where all my server files are going to live. So let's go ahead and grab PHP. We'll go to Downloads. And under Pre-Built PHP Binaries and Related Packages, we'll click on that PHP link. That should take us here to Jenkins. So go ahead and click on the Windows zip and go ahead and put that in your downloads or on your desktop, whatever is easiest for you. Click on the file, extract it. Once it's extracted, grab the bin and copy that to your server folder. And then you're going to want to run this VC redist installer if you don't have it installed on your system already. I already have it installed, so I don't need to install it again. But like I said, if you don't have that installed, you'll want to click on that and run through the installer real quick. Okay, so we have PHP, which is in our bin folder. If you want to click in there, you should have a PHP folder. You don't have to worry about the contents of that. Just stay in your server folder. So let's go back to installing manually. So we have PHP. We checked to make sure we had Visual C++. So now let's go down and download the PocketMine-MP FAR file. So we'll click on Downloads again. And under Downloads, PocketMine-MP Pre-Built FAR. So click on the GitHub release. You don't want to use the Jenkins server. That's more for development stuff. So go ahead and click on the GitHub releases. And you're going to want to download this PocketMine-MP.FAR file, like our instructions said. We're going to want to put it in our server folder right next to the bin folder. Click Save. And then we're also going to want to grab this start file. It's later down in the steps here. Get the start script, but we're just going to do that since we're here already. We'll grab the start script, save it in the same folder, and we'll go back to our install. It says to rename the FAR if you need to, but it has the correct name, so we don't need to do that. We placed it in our directory. We got our start script. So now all we need to do is click the start to start up our server. Make sure everything's in the correct order here. It's not going to work. So double click that. It's going to run through the installer. English is our language. We put the license, yes. Do you want to skip the setup wizard? No. Name your server, so we'll just name this test server. And choose a port. We're just going to do the default, so you can just hit enter. Choose game mode. We'll just do survival, so we'll hit enter again. Max online players, 20 is good enough for me, so I'll just hit enter. Spawn protection, and just a test. You can do that if you're running a live server. OP, you can always add an OP later, so I don't really know why this is in the installer. I don't know, it's bizarre, but just hit enter there. Do we want to enable whitelist? No. Do we want to disable query? No. Do we want to enable archon? No. And now it's telling us we might need to port forward. if we want our server to be accessible outside of your network. I will create another video on how to do that. For now, we'll just hit enter. And it should start here. And there we go. Now it's running, and you'll see a bunch of stuff got added in here. That's normal. Don't modify any of this. I'll probably make some more videos on how to add plugins later. So for now, we can close our folder here. We'll minimize our browser. One thing you do have to do if you're running Windows 10 is Microsoft turned on the loopback exemption for Windows Store apps, meaning you can't connect a Windows Store app to your own computer, which is really bizarre to me. But you can get around this if you open up PowerShell and run this command, CheckNetIsolation LoopbackExempt-A, and add this string in there. I'll post this in under the video, so it's easy to grab if you need it. And if you just hit enter, you should get back OK. All that does is allow Windows Store apps to talk to your local computer. And then we can open up MineCraft. And hopefully it opens quickly here. Perfect. We'll hit play. We go over to servers. I've already added my test servers, but all you would need to do is put in the IP address of your computer. And an easy way to get that is just to type in CMD in the start menu. Open up the command prompt and type in IP config. And you should see Ethernet adapter. If you're on Wi-Fi, you might see wireless adapter. Just grab your IP address. If you're on internet using now, if you're running on Wi-Fi, grab your IP address, put it in here. We're using default save that on that. See if we're going. Now we are should connect here. Weird. Let's try that again. No, it's not connect. Anyway, I think that's just something with my computer. It should work. That's how you run a server locally. In my next video, I'll explain how to do a port forward so people can connect to it outside of your network. Thanks, guys. Subscribe and like.